Welcome to the Pink Lady Posse podcast, where women over 50 take a fresh look at living, toss out tired stereotypes, and say a big heck yes to what's next. I'm your host, Sandy Parker, and around here, we challenge limitations, rewrite the story on aging, and reclaim our power, pleasure, and purpose. Why? Our next years are not about a decline. They are our big reveal. Let's go. Everybody, it's Sandy Parker Martinez, and I'm here with someone I really respect, Roxanne Massey. And I hear the news that she's on the Golden Bachelor. I'm like, what happened to you? So we get a really great inside look at not only what matters to her and what matters to us, but what does that experience bring to life? So welcome, Roxanne.
Thank you for having me here. It's really an honor to be in your space and have this conversation. So thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Well, let's start with, you said a nurse is a nurse.
Yes.
And you're a nurse. And so you're always going to care about women and their well-being. So just give me a little bit of background about that, because that's basically who you are in your soul.
It sure is. And, I've been an RN for over 40 years, and I really believe in preventive medicine and promoting wellness. And of course, with that goes education and research and putting a lot of effort into what it is that, tools that we use and things that we can do to ourselves to enhance our well-being. So with that being said, I really stepped into coaching, especially women, because that was my path, because I'm one of those women. So I just felt like it was such a perfect scenario to share my expertise of all these years, from nutrition to movement to yoga to anything to do with well-being. So that's how I've ended up today with my longevity coaching that I do for women over 50.
So now when you say longevity, that means living well while you're living longer.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not always just about extending our lifespan, it's enhancing our lifespan, because I don't want to live to 120 if I can't move my body, I can't eat, I can't talk, and I don't have quality of life. You see? And so that's what it's really about, is finding all the right tools that fit us as individuals and have our own care customized. We want to live longer, but we want to live at an optimal.
Like a goddess, you said.
Yes, exactly.
Well, now, I'm doing my TED Talk this coming Thursday, and I'm so nervous. And all I could think of was life presents opportunities. You either say yes or you say no. This opportunity came your way to be on the Golden Bachelor. What went through your mind and how did you get to yes?
Life is always going to bring us opportunities. And it's really about discerning, looking at, the pros and cons. I knew in this moment, because I didn't want to listen to the chatter of what my friends and family were saying, because it's my experience. No other doors were opening up, and this kept showing up as a yes in my field. So I pay attention to that. I look at those scenarios, and everything started lining up as I went along with the process. I just knew that this was just meant to be, even though it was outside my comfort zone. And there was a huge no over here about vulnerability and fearfulness. And sometimes in life, we expand and grow the most when we say those yeses, as scary as they are. I'm all about evolving and stepping into my next growth pattern, but you've got to say yes to the scariest things.
Now, I was asking you about, did you have any breakthroughs?
Yes. Well, as I said before, lots of breakthroughs, but one of the biggest ones was doing this comedy show, which everybody saw on the episode. That was a huge challenge for me because, writing a script, my own script, and you had exactly 2 hours. Not only was it timed, I don't do well with anything timed because that puts even more pressure. And then it had to make sense and it had to be funny. And then you have to roast somebody. Like, I don't do any of those things. I'm not mean to people. I always pick out the best in everybody. So after 30 minutes of arguing with myself and arguing with everybody, like, I don't want to do this, I finally said, okay, there's no way out. I'm stepping right into it. Here we go again. It was scary. And I finally did it. And it was my turn, and I stood up there, and oh my goodness, it was the scariest moment of my life. And it was also the most empowering because everybody laughed at my jokes. I was acknowledged by Mel at the end. I was one out of only two that he acknowledged. And he really, not that I needed his acknowledgement or his validation, but it always helps when the outside world gives you feedback. And he not only thought it was super funny, but he knew how hard that was for me. And he wanted to acknowledge that because he saw that in myself. So that made the difference right there.
Okay,
It was
so
huge.
for people who didn't see the episode, they're this pack of women. They end up at a comedy place. They've got 2 hours to write a roast about The Bachelor. And they're
Mhm.
on stage in front of an audience and cameras for
Yes.
TV. And you're going to like step up and say your bit. Now, that would really be scary to me.
Was.
That
It
would.
was scary.
Now, how did the other women, were they all fine with it? Or were other people having their own experiences?
Yes. I wasn't really shy on the show. I was just more reserved,
Mhm.
or I would speak when it was my time. I'm not sure where they were at because we weren't together, but I know most of the women, all the women that are on this cast, they're very powerful, engaged women, very well spoken. So they all did an amazing job. And so I have to give them credit. And everybody was funny. But yeah, I know it was hard for a lot of them, but they mastered it. And so did I.
You did. I'm so proud of. Tell me about the experience in terms of being with that many women. Are you a woman
Yes.
type woman, like a group type, or tell me what that was like? Because that looks like it could be
Yeah.
a lot.
Yes, let me tell you, I'm a supporter of women. I really believe in sisterhood. I've always had that engagement with women, no matter what area of my life that I've been. Being in the mansion with all these women for so long, it was actually you instantly connect. We instantly we're all there for the same reason. We're all over 60 and we're all looking for love. We're all very empowered women. You can't be there. I mean, the selection process, which I can't talk about,
Sure.
very extensive. Just to say, for us to be there, we are very empowered women. That alone really brought us together. And the conversations, we instantly connected. And it was such a beautiful experience because unlike when we were younger, where there's more competitiveness, we've stepped into our wisdom. We are the
Right.
golden women. We hold this incredible wisdom that a lot of younger women, because they haven't had the experiences or so forth, haven't mastered yet. So we're not worried about being competitive and all that. We work together. We're not fighting against each
Mhm.
other. So it's a beautiful experience. We all supported each other. And so now we're all best friends, and it's a beautiful thing.
I find when I go through an experience with women, I think I mentioned to you that I did the underwater photo shoot, and it was a wonderful experience because when I got through, I fell in love with myself with that portrait.
I love that.
But when I said yes to an underwater photo shoot at 300 pounds, and I'm like, I'm getting in the water with a videographer to take pictures of me. What are you thinking? Like my
I love it.
amygdala, my lizard brain is trying to save me, right? Save yourself. And I went, you know what? I'm making a decision to do this for myself. Thank you for showing up,
Love that.
and we'll go together, but I'm doing this. And it
Love
took
that.
something to say, I said yes, and then I tried to back out. And then I thought, you know what? That's a choice I'm making and a choice I'm going through with. And it really paid dividends in terms of my own self-care and self-love. And you were talking about those goddess shoots in Greece with the women with the flying dresses and what women need to be their best self.
Exactly. And to feel empowered and beautiful and nurturing. I mean, we as come together. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. There's something to be said of these opportunities that women have, like, for example, these photo shoots or different experiences that really not only bring us together, but bring out that self that we have hidden throughout all these years, being caretakers and
Mhm.
being stereotyped by society. So when we have these moments of playfulness and empowerment, it brings out our true self that we've neglected ourselves. So, yeah,
I really
kudos to
like,
you for doing that.
well, I like that because I've been sort of wrestling with this idea of reinvention. I'm already invented. I don't need to be reinvented. I need to be revealed. And that's what
Exactly.
my TED Talk's about. The second half of life can be a reveal instead of a decline. Find out what's left in me to be expressed. I don't need to be
Mhm.
created over. I just need to give myself the chance to reveal what emerges in me and take advantage of
I
every
love that.
opportunity.
I love that. I absolutely love that because I feel like we all have these gifts, especially women. And I just feel like we have shattered a lot of those dreams that we've had or the gifts that are innate gifts. And society has done such a great job as to cover those up because of all the stress. And we've had to step into being our masculine and
Mhm.
taking care of ourselves. We've kind of lost our divine feminine, our gifts, which is what we're really meant to be here for. And I just feel like any opportunity like what you were offered to do the underwater photo shoot, little glimpses like that are perfect for us to remember who we are, what our purpose is, and our gifts. So I think that's great that you had that
So
opportunity.
you are starting a foundation or a, what do we call it, a platform, Roxanne Massey Wellness, where
Mhm.
you're going to showcase products, services, coaching experiences, where you really bring that to women. You know, I was sitting there the other day and writing my TED Talk, and there's this sentence that has like stayed with me, almost haunting me a little bit from it just struck a nerve. And it goes like this: I was paused, like I went backstage in a life I used to star in.
Love that.
Like I worked for Southern Living and Vogue magazines, and I was somebody, and I was dressed up, and now I'm like in a little town, and I thought, hey, sister, chop chop, what is it that you want to be fully expressed about? And get going. It's so
I
easy
love
to
that.
just say, oh, well, it takes effort. Or another phrase is we turn what if into an oh well
Mhm.
and just give up the opportunity of life.
Right.
And you know the value of life. You have
Yes.
suffered around life.
Yes.
And that has taught you just the precious moments of every single day. So I know you're not prepared to really share that, but I just want to say that the stealth of your personhood comes so fully present with commitment, your
Mhm.
commitment to life, wellness. Is there anything you want to say about the power that you bring? You look nice. You look sweet, you
Thank
look
you.
pretty, but man, you are the bomb diggity on power.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. And I think it comes from making a choice. It's really about making that decision, knowing that you are responsible for your life. And it's a choice you have to make on how you want to live in this world.
Mhm.
And there's periods of our life where we think we have it all going, right? And then life happens. Like you mentioned, I tragically lost my son 4 years ago, and that's unexpected and not a natural thing, right? For my son to go first. And grief is a big thing, which is something I'd like to talk about in the future. It kind of sucks the life out of you.
Right.
And you have to make a decision, right? Because there's other people in this world that need me. And you have to make that decision. How can I live with this grief and be even more of an impact? And so I knew that this is what my son wanted me to create, was a life full of purpose, live every moment to its fullest, and not make all the little things mean anything, because nothing matters. Everything is small, right?
Mm.
I made that decision that I was going to live my life to its fullest and know that my son would be cheering me on the whole time. Life is so short.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be on my deathbed and think or say, I wish I would have taken that trip. I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have said that. That's always been my nature. Everything outside my comfort zone, anything that challenges me, I'm going to do it, because I know I'm only here for this little time. And what an opportunity that we're given. So I don't take anything for granted. And I like to be in that space where I can really support other women to feel that excitement, to be alive and to be in our fullest expression, whatever that looks like.
Now,
And so,
you said
yeah,
adventures in your blood. Like
yes.
you went to some country. Tell me about that.
I've always been, I was the first one to leave Puerto Rico, first one in my family to go to school in Washington, D.C., to go to nursing school. So that was a big deal. And then later on in life, I had some changes going on. So I decided to sell everything and move to Costa Rica for 6 months on my own, not knowing anybody. But I know the language because I'm fluent in Spanish.
Right.
And let me tell you, it was an experience of a lifetime. It really humbled me. And I learned so much about myself. And then I eventually came back because I got lonely and missed my children, ventured into my next chapter of my life. So I'm very adventurous. I do a lot of things spur of the moment. I'm not afraid, but yes, I'm terrified, but I still take the risks and the chances because I know there's going to be opportunities to grow. And that's what we're here for, is to evolve.
Well, was there a time on the show where you felt, I guess you already mentioned it with the comedy, but you felt like it's too big for me. It's wider than I bargained for, or like besides the comedy, is there anything else like that where you just really said, okay, self, here we go?
Mhm. Well, okay, so for starters, you never know when you're going home, right? So I knew that it was such an honor to be there that I wanted to make every day the best day ever. Like whatever the experience was today, I just wanted to be fully present, but I never wanted to compromise my character, which was really important. So I remained very neutral throughout the show. And I think that really served me because I'm not the kind of person that wants all the attention, and which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I speak when it's my turn, and that's just the way it is. So no, I never knew. I mean, I didn't have a lot of expectations. Sometimes it's better to go in situations in life without a whole lot of expectations. That way you can just be more present and enjoy things more.
So, what would you say to a woman who feels like the best of her life is behind her?
Mm.
I remember when Rodney died in 2019 and we'd been married 25 years. I thought, oh my gosh, I got married, I had kids, I had my whole life. Is everything good behind me? That is crippling in terms of planning the future. So, what would you, if I were saying, Roxanne, I got nothing ahead, what would you
Mhm.
say? I know that
Yeah,
puts you on the
that's
spot a little bit, but it's such a
yeah.
devastating
It
place
is
to
a great
feel.
question. And it's great if you've had a wonderful life before, but to me, everything comes with growth and opportunities, and that there's wisdom there. So to me, it just gets better. Logically, it should get better because you're coming from a different place. You're a more of an evolved person.
Mhm.
You're more present. So to me, I feel like every experience I'll have, just walking down a path and looking at some beautiful flowers, to me, that has a different impact than when I was maybe 18, that I probably didn't even notice them. So to me, I feel that life is more enhanced and to be celebrated even more
Well,
because the little things in life are what counts.
if you would have told me in 2019 that COVID was coming next, and then I would finally meet a fabulous man and move to have another romance and another business where I have more opportunities I've ever had in my life, I wouldn't have believed it.
Wow.
So I think one of the things I would say now that I'm just questioning myself is don't be fooled by your brain.
Yes,
Your
I
brain will
agree.
say you're done, but you're
Mhm.
not. If you're living, you're not done.
It's also society. It's the media. It's like we have been stereotyped, right? It's almost like we're conditioned to believing that once we reach a certain age, our life is over,
You
you
believe
know?
that? You think that?
Oh, absolutely not. And we're here to prove that it's not over. We're stepping into that. That's what we're doing. Just having this conversation is we are changing the paradigm of that belief system.
Well, I
No.
remember when the Golden. I've been a Bachelor fan for every season, right? So first of all, maybe not everybody is, but I'm all in on that. And I remember all my girlfriends when they had the Bachelorette, the Golden Bachelorette. We were like, finally, women our age having fun, finding love. I mean, really, it shifted the age group to the atmosphere, right?
Yes.
And it was very powerful.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
is. It's a wonderful opportunity.
and then when you see those women on the show having fun and having dates and finding romance, you go, they're my age. So when I ask you, do you think that's true? One of the sentences in my TED talk, which I don't know about it, but anyway, it was like society has tried to beige out women over 60.
Yeah.
And somewhere between lipstick commercials and retirement programs, we get the message that we're sort of fading into irrelevance.
Hmm.
And I really didn't ever pay attention to that, but I think it's true.
It is.
And what does that do to the mind of a woman who's trying to have the best life ever?
Yeah. It's another block, another challenge.
So that's why we need each other because together we
Yes.
rise.
The sisterhood, the support system, uplifting each other. That's what we need to do is come together and
So
support each other.
I love everything you're saying. And the next steps for you are building a brand, building your
Yes.
wellness. Tell me about that. And just, I think you did
Yes.
already a little bit, but just tell me what your focus is and what your commitment is to women.
Yeah, using my platforms, my goal is to create a support system for women as a longevity nurse and really helping women individually with coaching and supporting their health, their wellness, their mindset in terms of nutrition and some other areas and education, but then also creating a community of women over 50 to come together so we can support each other. And eventually, what I would like to do is as our community grows, to really launch some retreats for women over 50. So I'm really excited about that. They're going to be in all different parts of the nation that are, have beautiful scenery, more like a spa kind of retreat. We're going to be addressing empowerment and we'll have amazing speakers. It's really building this community of women uplift each other, grow together because this is it for us. This is our last chance to really step up and not only make a difference in society, but to make a difference within ourselves.
And you are looking for love.
One day.
Well, I've had two amazing husbands. Women will say, "Oh, I think I'll look for dating if I lose a little weight." I'm like, "What? Don't wait. You are yourself right now, beautiful, full, complete,
Thanks.
and
Exactly.
somebody's dang lucky to have a chance to be with you."
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. And it really starts within ourselves, Sandy, as you know. Like, I feel like I need to just be the best version of myself for me. And then when I'm complete and whole, then you just attract someone that just enhances your life, right? So I'm not looking out there for someone to complete me so I can feel better about myself. I don't need to do that because we have wisdom at this age, right? That we don't need that anymore. So we just want companionship. We want friendship. We want partnership to be able to continue this journey of life. So that's what I'm open to. But once I don't chase, I attract. So I don't have to do anything other than just showing up for myself.
I want to be an in-demand speaker. And I'm going to use that same sentence in my mind. I don't chase, I attract.
Always.
That is so powerful. And it gives you
It
such
really
a
is.
solid place to stand. You're not
Yeah,
without, you're not less than, you're not wishing, for something that's starlight. You're like going to attract what's yours.
exactly.
I
Yeah. And
love
what's
that.
yours can never be taken away. Whatever is for me, whether it be a car, a partner, a job. There's nothing that can disrupt that or make it not happen because whatever is for you will come to you at the right time. But we have to align ourselves there. We have to take responsibility and be self reflective so we can mirror that into the outside world. So it's about
Yeah,
taking care of ourselves
I
too.
like the expression, what I'm seeking is seeking me.
Yes, exactly.
Like
I like that too.
I don't have to rig anything up. It's a match for what's meant to be for me, and I'm meant to be for it.
I love that
So that's what I hope. So I'm going to watch the episode, but this will air after that.
so much.
I know you're flying out tomorrow, but thank you for squeezing this in your schedule. And I hope
Yes,
you have a blast. I hope all your flights go well. And then
yes, me too.
I will have done my TED Talk and you will have done the episode, and then we can get back together and exchange our notes.
I'm so honored once again to have this opportunity with you, Sandy, and good luck to you.
Thank you, and I'll call you when I get back and you do the same.
Sounds good. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Pink Lady Posse Podcast, where women go from what now to what's next. Come join us at pinkladyposse.com, where we share community, resources, and tools to support your next beautiful chapter. With love, light, and a little lipstick. See you next time.